But then I saw there was no more payouts in the Discord and everyone was complaining. I thought it's really because of the migration, but turns out they just stopped paying out and they mass breached accounts. I heard of people, they lost their account, that didn't even trade on the challenge. Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Tim Hunter from fxcrusher.com. Welcome to this video. So many things have happened in the past few weeks that I don't really know where to start, but let me begin with one of the things that hurt me the most. So I had a 400k account with the MetaTrader, one of the most famous, most trusted prop firms out there. They have enjoyed an amazing reputation. And I got also paid out by them, was super happy, but I was already thinking, why does this payout take so long? I had to wait like 2 weeks. This is simply unacceptable. Eventually I got it and I wanted to keep trading, but then all of a sudden I couldn't trade anymore because all of a sudden they couldn't offer MetaTrader anymore. I think you heard of it, that prop firms cannot offer MetaTrader anymore. I don't know it for a fact, but what I heard is the following. That the US regulators or government, you know, they always want to regulate something. They always want to control the whole planet. Last time they did with cryptos, this time they do it with prop firms. So they basically said that if prop firms continue to offer MetaTrader to US clients, then they will remove MetaTrader from the App Store. So it was more like a threat to Meta quotes, and then prop firms were just in between and we traders were just the victims of it. So that's what I heard. The result is that they couldn't offer MetaTrader anymore, and I think you have seen it, that a lot of prop firms were down, the funded engineer was down, FTMO was even down, their servers were down. Funding pips, also they cannot offer MetaTrader anymore because Blueberry Markets was apparently forced to drop them, even though, you know, funding pips very legit. Anyway, so the MetaTrader, they couldn't offer MetaTrader anymore. So they had to change to a new platform. What they did is they changed to DXTrade, the worst platform I've ever seen. And imagine, if you go to a new trading platform as a prop firm or broker, you have to pay a fee to set it up, and then you have to pay for every single account. I don't know how much it is exactly, but I guess with the amount of accounts they have, it's probably several $100,000. And the migration was an absolute mess, because then people, they got their DXTrade account with a huge delay that wanted to trade, but the platform was not able to handle this, and it started crashing and people breached their accounts because they were not able to log in or close positions. This is basically how the whole thing started. And I thought, maybe it's just, I give them time, I have faith, I have trust in them. But then the real mess started to happen. The migration was over. Then they started offering CTrader as well, and I migrated to CTrader, but then I saw there was no more payouts in the Discord and everyone was complaining. I thought it's really because of the migration, but turns out they just stopped paying out and they mass breached accounts. I heard of people, they lost their account, that didn't even trade on the challenge, or they put one time 0.01 lot on the challenge account, phase 1, and they lost their account. And the explanation is always the same. The MetaTrader just has this automatic email. They say, hey, we have reviewed your trading activity and we've seen that there was something suspicious going on and we cannot handle this. This cannot be replicated in the live market. Even when people haven't even traded, it's just a joke. They didn't take any time, and you can see it in Trustpilot. They went from very good rating to now, I think 4 stars or something like this. They're on the verge to breaking below 4 stars. Then it's not going to be green anymore, it's going to be orange. And this is just one story. At the same time, Kortana FX has rejected tons of payouts, Quantec has rejected tons of payouts, Infinity Forex funds, they just stopped paying out completely. They come up with the most ridiculous excuses. They say, oh, you have to do 30 minimum trading days instead of 5 or 10. Or they say, okay, you have now completed the minimum trading days, now you have to wait 30 days. Then the people wait for 30 days, don't trade. Then they just breach the account for inactivity. And then you have to contact the support, and after ages, maybe they activate or re-enable the account again. And then they come up and say, oh, it's now 30 minimum trading days. And I've seen so many payouts rejected. You have to think, like, I was making a living of these prop firms. I was making a living of a lot of these, like, combined with these HFT prop firms, Nova Funding, Kortana FX, Quantec, Infinity, and then also the MetaTrader, which is not the HFT, but I had an account as well. And then all of a sudden, there's no more payouts. All my payouts got rejected. The Discord of the MetaTrader is an absolute mess. I'm not in the Discords of the other prop firms, but it's an absolute mess. So all of a sudden, this income is gone. And then obviously the prop firm passing service is also down, because now no one trusts these prop firms anymore, because if they don't pay, what's the point? So many people have traded their accounts manually with their own trades, their own setups and everything, and they just got the payout rejected because these prop firms, they don't want to pay out. And I'm making this video because I just want to warn you, there was a golden time of the prop firms. I say the golden time of the prop firms is over. It's simply over. And instead of wasting money, I just advise you to adapt as fast as you can. And what would I recommend? I don't say prop firms are just straight up a scam, but if you compare what you put in and how difficult it got and how many changes there are, how often you need to change the platform, how often the prop firms are down, and then the waiting time for a payout and how often you get the payout rejected, it's, to be honest, like it was going well, but now it just reached a point where I say, okay, this is unacceptable anymore. And it seems not to be any issue for a prop firm not to pay. I mean, what's the whole point of these US regulators? They say, they want to help the American people, but they only cause problems. The real problem is never solved. It's still here. People get scammed, it's all B-book, prop firms cannot pay, and they're still here. The US regulators have never solved any problem. They have only caused problems. It's always for the end consumer, it's always for us. We're always the victims of these regulations. And the prop firms, that get away with this. There's so many prop firms that just straight up scam. They don't pay you and no one's protected, nothing's gonna happen. They just make their money and then they vanish. And apparently nothing happens. So what do I recommend? Nova Funding, for example, they still pay. They're slow, very slow, but they still pay out. Kortana FX, I say stay away. They simply don't want to pay anymore. If you make maybe 1 or 2K, you have a chance of them paying out. But they're now super strict with the IP addresses, so you have to pass it from the same IP address which you use to trade the live account. And they have to be in the same IP range. So if you have a VPS which is in, let's say, in Frankfurt, and you pass it from there, and you trade it from your phone, you might not get paid. Or if you pass it from your laptop with your IP and then you go on vacation, or you trade from your phone, from another IP, whatever, you don't get paid. So it is possible. I still got some payouts from accounts that I manage. It is still possible, but I don't recommend it anymore. It's always the same. When a new prop firm comes up, they have no reputation. They have to build a reputation. So if they make a small mistake, they're gonna fail. So they usually do a great job in the beginning. They pay out very fast, are not complicated, because the risk takers, they come, they check it out, they test the prop firm, they get paid, and then the sheeps, the herd, thinks, okay, now it's trusted. Now I'm gonna get an account. Then the masses come and they stop paying. This is how they make the money, because they get greedy, they don't want to pay. If so many people come, so many payouts, all they get is a bad review. If they reject a 10K payout, all they get is a bad review, but they make 10K. No, they don't make 10K, but they don't lose 10K, you know what I mean? When the reputation is built and you join very late, you have a very high chance of not getting paid. So I think FTMO is still the best option out there. If you don't trade news, or if you can live with 30x leverage, if you want to trade news, on the swing account, FTMO and Nova Funding. And Funding Pip seems fine as well, but who wants to trade with MetaTrader, DX trade, all this stuff? So I just say the golden times are over, but I'm not gonna stop. So what I do now is I focus more on crypto and I focus on account flipping. I just want to turn $1,000 into 400,000. And I say it's very difficult, but I also say it's possible. So I just focus on this, because there will be no problems with the withdrawal. And a regulated broker, Of course, it takes a lot of time, you need a lot of patience. It's my money. If I lose, it's my money. But still, I mean, $1,000. How fast do you spend $1,000 on prop firm challenges? Even though I loved prop firms and I used to make a living with this, for now, I just stopped with these prop firms. I say Kortana FX scam now. Infinity Forex funds, complete fraud. And also the MetaTrader is a scam. They used to be good, but it's now a scam. They breach accounts for no reason. If you're a good trader, they just don't want you. How can you rely on a prop firm, or how can you make your life dependent on a firm that can pull the plug at any time and can just say, oh no, we don't want to pay you anymore. So you always have to make sure you're as independent as possible. Also, futures prop firms seem to be a good option. They're just harder, they have different rules. Me personally, I don't like these platforms. I just love the MetaTrader. So I tried it with Apex. I didn't pass a challenge. I lost 6 challenges, even though I was always in profit. Just with the trailing drawdown, I don't like it. So not for me. Maybe it's for you. They seem to pay, but they also have consistency rule, 30%. So I'm just tired of this stuff. Me personally, I just focus on personal account, PAM account, and crypto. Because even if they take all the funds from you, all the funded accounts, if they reject all the payouts, one thing they can never take from you. And that's what you have learned in all the years, the skills that you have acquired. So I guess you're affected from this as well. Don't give up, trust in yourself and your skill. And that's already it. I could probably make a way longer video, but it's simple. Just stay away from prop firms now, and let's just wait and see what the future is going to bring. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one. Peace out.